Right then, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to crack on now with our brand new segment, Pull Down Your Chants. And in this segment of the podcast, we're going to...
I don't know where this is going, Lord H.
Well, in this segment of the podcast, of course, we all know we've had some absolutely classic football chants down at Hillsborough. We've all sung them, we've all laughed to them. One of my favourites is, of course, the Chrissy Waddle chant, which we all know and love. But we want to get a little bit creative with it. There's plenty of names out there to chant for, so we want yours. So just as a little bit of an example, this week we've done one for you. Those gents down here at the Wednesday week, we've done a little chant for you, and we're going to play it for you now. There by the goal machine, wanting with Chris lines in your proclaim. The keeper starts to go, but the Wednesdayites all know that we know it won't be long until we scream. We know it won't be long until we scream. Singing our love right low. Stick another goal on the score sheet, baby. I love right low. Come on, Wednesdayites, and bounce with me. So, gents, what did you think of that one?
Is it? Do I get the check? Is it like Desert Island Disc? Do I spin it or bin it? What do I have to do here?
That's rather a jolly good idea. That fun. Like to do that. So, what would be your personal preference? Push? Shall we sing it or shall we bin it?
I think
I'm going to come down on your side, Lord H, because I like it.
Hurrah!
I'll tell you why I said bin it. Purely because it's about Ryan Lowe, and my missus is from Southampton. Obviously, being the southern correspondent in this here little group, it was hilarious that I took the missus up to Hillsborough to go and watch us play West Ham, as it were. And she found it hilarious that we sang in harmony, we sang with a northern accent, but you know, the bit where we go, we've got Ryan Lowe, she found it hilarious when we all went, yeah! We've got Ryan Lowe, we couldn't get the down and out bit right, because she thought that, and I thought, I couldn't rob her of that if we're replacing it with that one, Lord H. Do you know what I mean?
Fair enough, Fudge, fair enough, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Ed, what do you think? Eddie, what do you think, my old mate?
I've got to say, I'm a massive fan of Casey and the Sunshine Band, and so I actually like what we've got at the moment. That's a beautiful song, and it shows your creative and sensitive side. But it's also a crime against music, and I don't think we should ever speak of it again.
Deciding vote, Craig, surely, mate.
I mean, the pressure is on, isn't it? Well, yeah. I'm just imagining our promotion party after the Wickham game. Ryan Lowe scored the winning goal in injury time. We've all had a few bevies after the game, and up pops Lord H, stood on the bar, belting it out. Is everyone going to join in? Of course they are. Yeah, it's a winner for me. It's a winner.
So, gents, we fully expect you to be singing that one at the Brentford game. We'll hand the song sheets out. Also, gents, just seems to have all been a little bit creative. I've actually wrote myself. I've wrote a poem. If you'd like to hear it. Now we know we don't like blunt talk on this programme, which we've discussed before. So this poem I have written to Stevenage. Excuse me while I put on my poetry voice. An ode to Stevenage. Stevenage, oh Stevenage. Don't give those blunts a ruddy inch. Hit them hard, hit them fast. Ram that ball right in their goal. Repeatedly, if at all possible. Verse 2. If you should find you are defeated, please don't whine about being cheated. From my man Jeeves you'll be visited and thoroughly mistreated. Thank you very much.
want to rethink your view on that song, Eddie?
Looks like the greatest creative talent of all time.
Snoop Dogg and Eminem are shaking in their boots for writing talent like that, Lord.
So yes, ladies and gents, please do get in touch with us. You can get in touch with us, of course, over Twitter at TWWcast, and also if you'd like to email us, you can email us your songs at twwpodcast@gmail.com. If you can get them recorded, that's fine and wonderful. If not, if you send us the lyrics through, and we shall try and do it ourselves at this end, and of course give you the big ups for it. And we'll call that the end of our brand new segment. We'll hope to hear from you soon. Right then, ladies and gents, it's that time again. It's time for Who Are We Going to Laugh At this week? And this week, I believe the nomination is coming from you, Fudge.
That's right, Lord H. It set Twitter alight last night, and it's got to be Jeff Shreves driving home the point that Branislav Ivanovic has not got through to the final.
I thought I didn't know.
He didn't at all. And I think, Lord H, you've got the audio, yeah?
I believe Eddie's got it. Eddie, if you'd like to pop that there.
Yep.
Branislav, can you clear one thing up for us? Were you booked after the penalty?
Yeah, I booked.
You know that means you're out of the final now?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that means you don't play in the final.
Fortunately.
So there you go. So that's where Ivanovic found out about 2 or 3 times that he was going to miss the final, and I loved his response was that's unfortunate. So what happened was I decided to try and get some gauge on this on Twitter and get some response via email and Twitter and that sort of thing. And I've had some responses back, and I thought I'd read some out to you. I've got an email here from the NHS. They've employed Jeff Shreves to tell people the results of their STI exam. I've got one here from Emily, and she says that I went to watch. Jeff Shreves has just told me that Kaiser Soze is Kevin Spacey. Cheers, then.
Hey, spoiler warning, I've not seen the film yet.
I've got one here from Jenny. She tells me that Jeff Shreves has just told me Louis Spencer's gay. And I've got one here from Anon in Tatooine. It says, I'm a stormtrooper for Darth Vader, and Jeff Shreves has just told me that they were the droids that they were looking for.
Shrevesy.
He's just letting people down, and I tell you what, I think the worst bit about it is this one.
My name is Lucy, and I'm 6 years old. Jeff Shreves has told me that Father Christmas is a fictional character invented to insult children's good behaviour.
How
extreme! That's beyond cruel.
How awful!
That little whimper at the end.
I know, it's awful. It's awful. This kid was distraught. She was up for days. My point is, if we see Jeff Shreves anywhere near Hillsborough, somebody send him packing, because we don't need him in his bad news giving.
So, gents, if you'd like to join in, and after 3 we shall have a jolly good laugh at Jeff Shreves' interview technique. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Jeff. Right then, ladies and gents, well, that is going to bring our show to an end for this week. Just before we wrap up, though, we do need to mention St. Sheridan's Day. Of course, it was 21 years ago since that famous Rumbelows Cup victory. And gents, do you have any memories of that day?
Well, my only memory of that day is that I was working, and being a fireman, obviously I'd just finished my game of snooker. And I walked into the mess room, sat down in front of the telly, and I'd missed it.
Eddie, have you any memories of that day?
God, I hope I can do better than that. I was sort of 11 or 12, and my dad had a simple rule. I used to want to watch football with him so much, and him and his mates used to say, yeah, of course you come and watch football with us, but you have to drink pints like us, and I absolutely hated it. I nursed this half pint. through both halves, and then when no one were looking, I'd be tipping it off behind the sofa and all that. But there was no escape that day. I had to sit there in the flesh at Wembley and force it down me. But when that goal went in, that dink will it will haunt me forever. One of the greatest moments of my life.
It's always all about the dink.
It's all about the dink. I keep telling that to Mrs. Eddie.
That's an hashtag, though, right there, isn't it? It's all about the dink. Hashtag.
Craig, do you have any memories of that day, old boy?
Well, I don't want to get our younger female listeners too excited, but I was only 2 years old at the time of the game itself. My old man's a Man United fan, so despite the fact I don't remember the game itself, I've brought it up in conversation many a time.
Mr. Fudge, do you have any memories of that day?
I've got a memory of that day, but I don't think it's much football related, to be honest. I was 10 years old, and obviously being that age, you've got to be in the Cub Scouts. That's it.
Of course,
it's the law. And I was sent to a Cub Scout rondo just in oh God, what's it? Clifton Park. I was there in Rotherham, and while John Sheridan did his dink, I'm there trying to drive a BMX over the top of some ladders. And so I said to him, I was furious with my mum that we'd won. I said, right, she said to me, don't worry, Dan, next time you're at Wembley, I'll take you, which was 1993. And it did not go well. I don't think I've forgiven her since.
So, of course, chaps, absolutely wonderful day in the history of the club, and deserves to be remembered each and every year. Fantastic. That, then, ladies and gents, we will wrap up the show now, officially, so we shall just say goodbye to everybody. Thanks ever so much for joining us, Craig. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you, it's been great to join you, chaps.
And if people would like to get hold of you, where can they do that?
Twitter's your best bet. I'm always on there because I'm a lazy student. It's at Craig SWFC.
Thank you very much, Craig, old boy. We hope to hear again from you very soon. Beastie, where can people get hold of you?
You might be able to get hold of me in a gutter somewhere just outside Brentford on Saturday.
Hey! So I assume that people will be able to follow you on your Twitter address as well?
Yep, you can follow me on Twitter at @beastie_. I will be tweeting during the game. I have no idea what it's going to be like, because once I get a few drinks down my neck, the sausage fingers go mad.
Ed, of course, over there at Wednesday night, where can people find you?
Well, speaking of sausage fingers, my Twitter name is @sausagearms, so keep an eye out for me at Brentford. I can't promise I look like my avatar on there, but I'll be tweeting too, so get in touch.
Fantastic. And Fudge, of course, old boy, where can people get hold of you?
I'm on Twitter as well, but I think I'm promoting the other show that I'm involved in, the other podcast.
That's quite all right.
We're at Fudge and Dave. Also available on Facebook, Fudge and Dave, the Unknown Project. Get involved, download some iTunes, we're available.
I can actually fully recommend the Fudge and Dave podcast. It's absolutely hilarious. And may I also, if I may, Fudge, if you don't mind, do a search for those chaps on YouTube, because there's some absolutely hilarious videos over there.
Grew
up in the 90s thing. It made me cry with joy.
When we did We Grew Up in the 90s song, it just took us back. I remember having a good 40-minute conversation with Dave about Clarissa Explains It All when we recorded that.
Those are the days.
40 minutes over, Clarissa Explains It All.
Tell you what, that was some confused teenage years for me, that was.
And of course, ladies and gents, you can get me over at Twitter at Lord H, and that's L0RD_H. Also, I'd just like to remind you that we have got the Facebook page up and running now, so you can get us over there at Facebook. Just do a bit of a search for the Wednesday Week. We shall be posting the shows up there as well as on our YouTube channel. And if you would like to email us, you can get us at No, you can't. That's a web address. I apologise, gentlemen. Jeeves, you fool! You've made me looking like idiot again! Good Lord. We do apologise. You can get us at twwpodcast@gmail.com. Add us over there on Skype, and eventually we will take your calls one day. We promise we will do once we get ourselves sorted, and that's at thewednesday.week. Thank you ever so much for joining us, ladies and gents, and we shall see you next week. Goodbye!
Long one this time. It might come. A terrific goal by Sheridan! A terrific goal for Sheridan!